Alright guys, I was going to do a video on this. Welcome back. Half Fast 719 by the way. This is the Weller lower throttle body bracket kit 10208, and then this is the upper bracket 10125. Anyway, this one basically pain in the butt. Goes to number 1, number 2 cylinders, attaches there. You got to run it up. You got 2 Phillips screws that you take out. You take these smaller ones out and you install longer ones. It's kind of a pain in the butt. You do have to take this hose off right here. That goes under your, I believe that's a map sensor. So you'll disconnect the hose. I had to zip tie all mine because I'm running a Turbski. So anyway, not even sure you can see it. See if I can get you in there. Pain in the butt. Anyway, you undo those 2 screws right there for that little bracket. It's a bracket that holds those 2 sensors. You undo those 2 screws, and then you disconnect the hose on one of the sensors, and then you stick the new bracket on there. Easy peasy. Not at all. Said nobody. Anyway, try not to blind you guys with this flashlight, but anyway, it goes right there. Then the hose, you can see I zip tied it with the blue zip tie, because I had to zip tie all of my hoses. So anyway, goes in like that, goes in right there. Pretty easy. I did change the spark plugs. Like I said, I put the this video I didn't say it, but I put the Weller NGK iridiums. This is what they recommend, and they gapped them to 27 thousandths, so 0.027, and I checked the gaps. They were good. Anyway, that's that bracket. However, this bracket, this is the lower bracket right here. That was the upper bracket, that one. Lower bracket. Remove OEM 10mm bolt from lower side of throttle body, which is this bolt that goes in there. You take that out, and you can see they have a lot removed. They got the oil line removed, an oil line removed, and the thermostat housing, which I did order a thermostat housing. That's a delete. That will be here one of these days. But anyway, I did it all with, so it can be done with all of the stuff. It's just a pain in the butt. So that's the bolt and nut back in there, right there where the bright is. And you take the little bolt off, which is this one here. You take that bolt off, which is a 10mm socket. I just stuck a little socket in there. And yeah, you basically run that out, and then you take these 2 5mm socket heads. You got one right in there, and then you got this one down on the bottom. You take those 2 out, and then you stick the bracket in there, and then you tighten it. This throttle body is threaded, so you'll have to thread the longer bolt all the way in. You thread that in, and then it'll stick out, it'll protrude. You hook the bracket on, drop the bracket down, and you tighten it. And this one up here, wherever it's at, the nut back in there, that nut took about 10 minutes to tighten because it needed a quarter turn at a time with the stubby wrench. Ouch, that was my head. And get yourself a magnet because you might drop the little screws about 31 times. So anyway, they're all in. It's all done. And then they want you to start the engine and verify nothing is leaking and all connections. But yeah, it does not say remove 2 oil cooler bolts from forward engine position, side of cooler, reinstall oil cooler bolts, torque them down to 7, and then installed M6 bolt, the longer bolt. And yeah, it doesn't say anything about removing any of the thermostat housing or all the oil lines or whatever other lines they got removed on the photo. So yeah, anyway, I'll add this to my book of stuff done to the car. And yeah, I'm gonna throw the intercooler on. Got the fans all connected. So yeah, so then I need to run a wiring loom back here. Or, I'm gonna do a relay and stuff. And just feels gritty. That's just my fingers probably. Yeah, it's just my fingers. Yeah, so I'm gonna run a relay back there. Got multiple projects going on at once. Got a ECU that I'm repairing for the kids' truck. I think he tightened it down just a little too tight, the bolt, and I think it ended up breaking the plastic in here, and I ended up flaring all these, but anyway, that's a different video. That's the next video. So I got to throw this on, the plate on, one last time. I did check everything, make sure everything's cleaned up in there. So throw that bad boy on one last time, throw the intercooler on, and then I have to wait. I'm not going to throw the air box on yet because I have that the thermostat delete piece coming from DLP, Dirt Launch Performance. Weller's really expensive. Weller's basically is a two-piece delete kit cap. You can either get the housing and use your cap, or you can get the housing and the cap. I think that this is $120 and the cap is 50 some bucks. It's all billet aluminum, and then you use the O-ring. And the reason they made it was to prevent leaking. But you can, in theirs, you can have a thermostat. You can install a thermostat, or you can take a thermostat out. Obviously, same as probably this. I could just pull the thermostat out, put a new O-ring, and probably won't have a problem. But anyway, so I got DLPs coming. DLP is a thermostat delete, so it's a complete, straight up delete, and it has 3 ports. One for the temp sensor, and then 2 other ports for whatever you want. This one's for the car, ECU, and then you can run your own manual gauge if you want. Mechanical gauge, I guess you can call it. So anyway, that's it. So those are the brackets for the throttle. Chingus, I wanted to put them on because this intercooler does put a lot of weight on those throttle bodies and the boots. So even though it has a bracket here that attaches to the frame here, I don't know. I just don't want to rip the throttle bodies off of the boots. The boots are good. Everything's attached, all the holes lined up. So I know my throttle bodies are in place and set. Perfect. So that's why I want to do the brackets. They were cheap enough. I think I paid like $50, $55 for the set. I could be wrong. I got the, I don't think it gives me a total. No. Yeah, I think I paid a total for the spark plugs. I spent $100. $103 is what I spent. So $33 for the plugs, and then brackets and whatever else. Came out to whatever. Yeah, I'm not seeing a price on there. But all right, guys, that is all I got. I'm gonna throw that plate on, then throw this on, and I might call it a day because I have to wait for this to dry. So yeah, I don't know. Kind of scatterbrained right now. I did, like I said in the previous video, I did download the Power Commander tuner or Power Commander software. So I might bring the laptop out here and play with it a little bit. I might not. I don't know yet. But anyway, yeah. Sorry, guys. That's all I got. That's all I got for you guys. Those brackets, difficulty level, probably 2.5, 3, maybe. But all right. That's all I got. See you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, do what you guys do. And that's all I got. Later.